Hello, my name is Danica Lorer, and this is Lit Happens, your celebration of the literary arts in Saskatchewan. Today I'm very pleased to welcome Jesse Doig. Jesse, welcome to Lit Happens.
Hello.
So we have a book that's science fiction today, science fiction plausible, you've told me. So tell me a little bit about that genre just to start off.
Basically about 10 years ago, I love literature and I love the idea of a sci-fi futuristic novel, especially utopian futures. But I was always, every sci-fi novel I read seemed to step a little too much into fantasy, and just made me more and more angry because I didn't want magical stuff or scientifically unplausible things. So I decided, screw it, I'll do it myself. And 10 years later, finally, the main book is done, and during the course of those 10 years, I developed another 4 continuation of the story, and has other ideas in it, and it's a quintology. So it's a nice science fiction word.
And so have you always been a writer?
No. I mean, I did well in English class in university. I had my own zine called Flipped magazine, which I was proud of, but only made 2 issues of, but that's about it really. This was basically, the honing of my craft was through developing this book, yeah.
And so it grew out of being a reader more than always thinking. Did you think you would be a writer, or did you just think that you would be a reader and an enjoyer of literature?
I had hoped I would be a writer. I mean, I really like other authors like Hunter Thompson and like J.D. Salinger. I don't know, there's a whole bunch of fine books that it's kind of like listening to the Ramones. When you listen to them, you think, well, they make it look so easy, and I could probably I should try to do that. And so, but I didn't have any reason to until I had this kind of experiment.
And so you talk about writing the book as an experiment?
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, I've had these ideas kind of bubbling in my head, and I needed to communicate them somehow. I did 3 years of university, not really finishing anything, but I kind of double majored in human geography and cultural anthropology. And then several years after that, I did an electronic service technician course in Moose Jaw, and so I learned about electronics, and I was always very interested in science. Before I did this book, I was really interested in, say, like what is a black hole? Like, really, what is a black hole? And there's so many movies and TV shows and books say that you can, fly through them and go through another dimension. But I studied and did some research on my own and realized, well, no, they're actually neutron stars, and you'll be ripped apart atom by atom, subatomically too, probably. But
so all those movies I loved as a teenager that are totally ridiculous, they're completely off the table now.
Junk food for the brain.
Oh.
No.
Well, so what were some of the really interesting things that you found in your research that you wanted to bring into making a more plausible science fiction story?
Well, yeah, that was part of the, what made it such a fun project is I had to constantly learn more, like various facts from various subjects, everything from physiology, anatomy, psychological theories, just more physics, robotics, astronomy. It's actually one of the fascinating things that I found, which I kind of point out in this book, is that, this one story, it takes place over the course of like 9 Earth-bearing solar systems, which are, Earth-bearing G2V type stars or whatever, but they only occur once every 500 to 750 solar systems, stars. So this large neighborhood of this, I guess it's 9 times 500, I guess, stars. That's only just a tiny little part of our galaxy, of our one little spiral arm. It's like from the middle to the edge of one of the little spiral arms, little spurs. It's just, outer space is huge.
I was just going to say that, like, the vastness of what you have to study to write a book like this is gigantic, but to also just to put in your mind the amazing vastness of everything that's out there to infinity and beyond. And it's,
space and time are infinite. It's a stretch. You got to open your mind to that, I guess.
So tell me a little bit about the story.
Well, it basically follows the life of a character named Ned. He's a human from another Earth-bearing solar system, and it's about his civilization's history, and then their technological advancements, and with the use of this self-upgrading robot, and then he decides to be the radical pioneer to use the equipment and travel great distances with the help of this cryospore. You have to read about it. But anyways, he finally gets to our planet, and the second half of the book is basically just kind of me brainstorming how to bring circa 2005 into a into a second Renaissance, sort of like what you kind of wish would be a utopian, positive, kind of healthy civilization, society thing.
And so, who are the readers that are interested in your book?
Basically from, I guess, junior high, high school, university students, adults of all ages, people who would want to learn and use their imaginations.
And I think that's one of the wonderful things about science fiction is you really can't read it without a great imagination. You really have to be open to there being something beyond what we see with our eyes on a day-to-day basis, right here as we walk down the street.
You bet. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that this book kind of motivates people and inspires them to see truth, fact, and reality in our life, and with that by calibrating that way, moving on to grow more positively and healthfully, and help each other kind of make a better society, and hopefully get to a second Renaissance sooner than
than the alternative.
Yeah, dystopian future is a real bummer, I hear.
So where can people find your book?
Well, I've only just started releasing this, but in Saskatoon, they can either grab it from me if they see me, or Unreal City carries it, 8th Street Comics and Books, Turning the Tide, and McNally's. But you can also get it by just Googling my name, Jesse Doig, Shaman from Outer Space, and it's the top. It's basically from lulu.com, and yeah, that's...
Excellent. Well, that's all the time we have for today, Jesse. I'm Danica Lorer. This is Lit Happens. You can find other episodes by going to Shaw TV Saskatoon on YouTube. You can contact me on Facebook or Twitter, or email me at danicalorer@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.